18 and a half. They send me all over the country. I love what I do. Made right in West Bend, Wisconsin. Has been for a lot of years. We bake the cake on top of the stove. We use the bundt pan, and we filled the bundt pan with the cake mix, and then we put one of those pots right here in this burner and baked it on top of the burner. It's so evenly heated from every direction. Well, that's why we can do what we do and so fast. It's very efficient. So, fresh salad, ladies. You can take it to go. They're free. Okay, you don't have to. They're just good salads, guys. Come on and get your chair. We're serving some fresh salads right now. We make the salads up in the show. We give them away free. If you want to join us, hi guys. The tickets on the chair for a door prize drawing, there's double tickets in every front row seat. So when you sit up front, mind your number, and you get twice the chance of winning my door prize in all the front row chairs. So sit down early, guys, and sit toward the front. You get twice the chance of winning. Oh, absolutely. What dressing would you like, sir? I have Italian dressing and I have a sweet Vidalia onion. What would you like? No, you want a honeymoon salad. No dressing, right? There you go. You want dressing on there, sir? You want sweet onion or Italian? What would you like? Italian for you, absolutely. You want sweet onion for yours or Italian? Okay. There you go. You get sweet onion on this one? Come on in, guys. Get your chair. Enjoy the cooking show. Sit in the front row. You get twice the chance for all the door prizes in the front row seat. We're also going to be offering over $900 in free cookware every show that we do today. You might have seen us on TV. Nothing better than a live cooking show. Come get your chair. I'll get you a fresh free salad, guys. Got some free gifts we're giving away as well. So come on in. Get you a good seat. We're just getting her underway. How you doing? You want a salad as well, sir? There you go. Waiting for the fried chicken? Salad for you? I know you're working. Would you like Italian or sweet onion? Sweet onion for you, sure. How's that salad, guys? Isn't that amazing? There you go. Enjoy, man. You're welcome. Actually, I'm going to tell you what. You can make a vinaigrette real easy, but I bought that at Sam's Club. It's Virginia brand. It cost me $5 for 2 bottles. It's some of the best salad dressing I've ever had. I just really, really love it. Really good flavor to it, okay? How you doing, guys? Welcome, welcome. Hey, you know, you can sit anywhere you want to except the second row. Did you notice that? I will tell you, at the end of our show, we do a door prize drawing. Nice little door prize. There's double numbers in every front row chair, only single in the second row. So if you move up a row, you get twice the chance of winning my door prize. You might as well. Come on, move up. Come on, come on, come on. Salad for you, dear? Would you like Italian or sweet onion dressing? What would you like? Sweet onion back there? There you go. You get my last one. I forgot to mention, everybody, the salad's free, the cups are free, the forks are $2.50 a piece. Did I mention that? I'm kidding. If you spend all your money at the home show, lick that fork off real good. I'll save it for my next show. That's what I did my last show. Enjoy. Not yet, not yet. There you go. How you doing, sir? There you go. You like to cook? Did you promise to take her out to lunch? You'll get out cheap here, man. Get a front row chair. There's twice the chance for my door prizes in all the front row seats. We're going to do in this show, for those who want to join us, guys, we're doing fried chicken. How many folks here like fried chicken? We're going to fry chicken with no grease. We'll do fried potatoes with no grease. We'll do a baked potato. We'll do vegetable medley with corn on the cob, broccoli, and carrots, and make a salad like that in 15 minutes cooking time. Sound good? Who would love to have dinner on the table every day in 15 minutes flat? Sound good? A real dinner? Chicken and potatoes? You just got to have the right tool for the job. The right tool always makes the job easier, right? Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Get your chair. The number's on the chair for the door prize drawing we're doing at the end of the show. Come on and get your seat, guys. If you're not sitting, you're not getting. Come grab a nice chair. Make me smile. Living life is just a game, so they say. All the games we used to play. It's the right one. You win. Come on in, folks. Get you a good chair. Enjoy the cooking show. We're starting a little bit early, guys. 5-course meal in 15 minutes cooking time or less. Tickets on the chair for the door prize drawing. Double tickets in the front row seat. We're going to show you some new toys and tools for your home. This isn't really part of the show. You guys should close your eyes or talk to each other for a minute. Neat machine, isn't it? Has anybody ever seen one of these before? I bet you got one a couple years ago, didn't you? It's a great machine, isn't it? Does a lot of stuff for you guys. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Good to have you join us here. Admission's only $6.50 per adult. I'm kidding, it's free. Good to have you in the show. It's a real simple machine to use, guys. Watch. It locks down to your countertop. You put your food right in the back of the hopper and you turn the handle. That's where all the work gets done. Easy enough? Just remember this, everybody. When you're cutting your carrots and you get the right ear, let go of the carrot. Yeah, that's, you know, if you're not, you get finger food. Finger food. Hamburger helper? No. Look, guys, put your hands inside the machine. Nothing's going to cut you. Put your hands right on the blades. It's not going to cut you either. This isn't like one of those mandolins. You guys know what I'm talking about? Great machine, real sharp. This is nice and safe. Now, if you want to cut yourself, you have to put your hand all the way down the back and turn really, really hard. I don't recommend it. It kind of hurts, but I found something out. If you ever get your fingers caught in the wrong spot, the machine has an automatic shut-off. Yeah, the sand hurts, the sand stops every time. Come on in, guys. Come in for the bad jokes and the good food. We try to have fun. Who here came to the home show to have a good time today? You know, my only job is not to blow that with a boring show. Do we get started down here? We got me undercooked? Good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Guys, get this underway. Now, I will tell you, we're going to use these carrots quite a bit in the show. We're kind of ahead of schedule a little bit, but we're kind of starting up early. You guys want to start early? Yeah, might as well get this thing underway. And like I said, there's a lot of toys and tools I'm going to show you in the show. A lot of things we give away free. We actually are allowed to give some of these cutters away free as well. Let me ask you a question, everybody. If I was giving this cutter away free right now, who'd take that cutter home free? It's shiny, it's pretty, cuts the heck out of carrots, doesn't it? Last year we gave 65 of these away during the home show, and I'll show you how to get one free, but I will tell you, it's a great machine, but a lot of times in my show, when I make up the salad, I'm outrunning the timer, which means I'm zipping along really fast with it. And at the end, people ask me, hey, wait a minute, Lloyd, can I do this? Can I do that, right? So always take a minute when I'm starting my show and play with it. Sound good? The suction base I showed you, right? Any smooth, flat surface? All you do is you set it on your countertop, lift your little lever over, and gives you 600 pounds of suction. Easy enough? When you want it off your counter, lift the lever back over, comes right back off the counter. Simple? So you set it on your countertop, wherever you want to use it. Get yourself a cone. Now, all the cones are kind of designed the same way. There's a little hole in the bottom. See the hole? There's a little pin that sticks out right there. Sir, can you see the pin? Give me a great big nod, will you? She can't see the pin. It's an interactive show, ma'am. There's a pin, okay? You line it up, and it takes it out of your hand for you. Easy enough? Now, this one I'm popping on, there's a slicer cone. To give you just a quick idea what I'm talking about, let me grab a potato. Say you want something like a scallop potato, an au gratin potato, or radish, mushroom, or cucumber. It makes for you a perfect even slice every time. Simple. Real even, they're cut even so they cook even. They're cut thin so they cook fast. I probably use mine mostly at home for like radishes or mushrooms. It's that kind of dish, great way to slice. That's one cone for you. Slicing cone. Another cone we're going to use during the show is always a favorite if you got kids or you entertain a lot. I call it the ruffled potato chip cone. Does anybody in the audience like Ruffles with ridges? Yeah, I like Ruffles. You know what I don't like about Ruffles? They finally found a way to charge me $4.79 a pound for a potato. Right? They're a dime a piece, right? Now watch how simple. I'll make a couple to show you. They call it a crinkle cut. Easy enough. Ruffles have ridges, bread and butter pickles. Hey, you know what? I did my carrots that way a minute ago. Now everybody's been to a grocery store. We've all seen carrots look just like that. They're in the frozen food section. They're called crinkle cut, right? A bag of carrots that size in your grocery store is going to be about $3.29. Those 5 carrots cost me 35 cents. Who likes saving money? It's a great tool. And how many will agree fresh tastes better than frozen anyway? Right? Healthier for you too. So it's an easy way to do it. So we got one there. That's called the crinkle cut cone. Bread and butter pickles, stir fry. Get any idea? I'll use it in the show. The last one I'm going to show you guys, real popular one, is the julienne. Does anybody in the audience like hash brown potatoes? I love a hash brown. I hate the old knuckle buster thing, right? What you want to do, guys, is get your number 2 cone. You know why it's called the number 2 cone? It's got a 2 stamped right there in the bottom. Comes in the book, 1 through 4. It's real easy to use. Pop it on your hopper, guys. I'll just finish my little potato, guys. It's called a julienne cut. Easy enough? Hash brown, cheddar cheese. You know, that just wasn't good enough. Guys, as fast as you turn your handle, you can get mounds and mounds and mounds and mounds of the most beautiful hash browns you've ever cut up. See how simple and easy? Just that quick and easy, guys. Now, I only show you this machine as I start my show, because at the end of my show, they let me give some of those away free. Let me ask you a question, everybody. If that cutter was free now, who'd take it home free? I'll say yes. If you don't say yes, ma'am, I'm cutting more potatoes. Okay, there you go. Just I want to show you. Make sure you're going to get one free, guys. We give a lot away. We have a lot of fun while we're doing it, guys. But for now, let's just set this off to the side and start doing some real cooking. Sound good? Now, by the way, something you should notice about your machine is this. If you notice, everybody, this is not like a food processor. What is the hardest thing about a food processor? The cleaning up, right? Now, if you're cooking for a dozen after church, it's worth dragging the big thing out, right? But when it's just 2, normally we just grab the old knife and cutting board. What I love about this, whether you're cutting 1 carrot or a dozen, it wipes off with a paper towel or a soapy sponge. It's totally submersible. It's dishwasher safe. It's guaranteed forever, and it's 100% American made. Yay! Right? Guaranteed forever, guys. It's a great machine for you. My only advice is this, though. Whether you get yours today free or you get it on sale, either way you get it today, my only advice is this. Please do not put it away. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I mention the appliance graveyard? We all have that cupboard at home, right? It's got a Fry Daddy and a bread maker. You know what I'm talking about, right? Don't put this in that cupboard. It's got a small round base and a nice reflective finish. Your cones actually store right in the hopper. When you need it, use it. When you don't, you put it away. Easy enough? Very simple and easy. We'll use that in the show. But let's get this thing underway, guys. Let me introduce myself so you know who I am today. My name is Lloyd. Everybody say hi, Lloyd. Hi. Welcome to my show, guys. I'll be your chef here today. Now, who in the audience came today to the home show to have a good time? Are you here to have some fun? Now, my only job is not to blow that with a boring cooking show. Fair enough? We're going to show you a great way of cooking at home, save you time and money. We can have fun while we do it. Sound good? We're doing something called waterless cooking, by the way. Does anybody in the audience, who's ever heard of waterless cooking before today? Waterless cooking. Some have, some haven't. I know you've got a couple years, you've had yours. Who already has a set of waterless cookware in your home? Maybe from years ago? You got some about 2 years back. How long have you had yours, ma'am, if you don't mind me asking? How long back there? 15? There you go. Okay. I wasn't sure if you might have, my lady, my last show, I had her set for 43. I hear it all the time. It's great stuff. Now, when you got yours years ago, did you come to a show like this or did somebody come to your house? Came to the house. Has anybody ever heard of the waterless dinner parties? No? If you ever get invited, go. They'll feed you like king and queen. It's a ton of fun, right? I get to come once a year to show you all the new bells and whistles. Who likes things fast and easy in your kitchen? Now watch how fast and easy when you have the right tool. You ready? The waterless cookware does the work. So you take yourself a pan, take yourself some food, put the food in the pan. Now can everybody do this much so far? Say yes. Yes. Come on, say yes. It's not rocket science, guys. Even people from Alabama can do this. Anybody here from Alabama? No? Okay. I just have to talk a lot slower there. Anyways, in here I'm going to cook with no water, and I'm going to add some more things in my pan. Who in this audience by chance likes fresh corn on the cob? We all like fresh corn? Great blood sugar stabilizer, guys. We'll put some corn in there. I got some broccoli for the ladies. How many ladies like fresh broccoli? Come on, ladies. Yes? You know what's one of the best retardants of breast cancer you can eat out of the garden? They found ladies who eat their broccoli 3 times a week can reduce the risk of breast cancer almost 40%. Now, it's good for us guys, too. So eat lots of broccoli in there. So stuff some of the broccoli over on this side. Squash and zucchini, I'm going to tell you right now. If you want the healthy cooking show, here's the stop. Here's the place we would stop for about the next 2 hours, right? Come on, high fiber, vitamin A and C and B and iron. Ladies, you want to save a ton of money? Real healthy for your home as well, squash and zucchini. You can eat a 1/4 pound of squash or zucchini. It has 15 calories. Eat all you want. You can't go wrong with squash and zucchini. Great for your complexion as well, the vitamin E and all that stuff in there. So we're going to put some squash and zucchini over here on this side. Now you notice here in the front, we're stuffing a whole lot of food in a small pan, aren't we? Right? And what you should probably know is this. If all you want is carrots or corn, do anything you want to, okay? I just want to let you sample anything you might like. Sound good? I'm going to add one more color, though. I do it every show. Does anybody in the audience like red peppers? Yeah, those sweet bell peppers? You know they have 3 times the vitamin C as a Florida orange? Have a hard time with citric acid? Eat your red peppers. Lots of vitamin C that way. I use it in my show, though, mostly for the color. Has anybody ever heard the phrase before that you eat with your eyes? You ever heard that? Things have to look good to taste good. You know, they did a study and found that when you see the colors red and yellow at the same time, it'll make you hungry. I know that sounds silly, but yeah. Somebody tell me, please, what color is every fast food sign on the planet? Red and yellow. McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, Denny's, Sonny's, Shoney's, Checkers, Chili's, Applebee's, Red Lobster. Isn't that weird? There's something about color that stimulates hunger. I mean, sir, if I could, aren't you hungrier now than you were just a second ago? It's all psychological, but thanks for the help. Now, I will tell you this, everybody. If we're going to cook like we do at home every day, what's the next thing we normally put in the pan? What do we normally have to add, everybody? Water. There's a reason why. If you don't put water in most cookware out there, what's going to happen to all the food in the bottom of your pan, everybody? They will scorch and burn. Now, that's whether I shop at Williams-Sonoma, some of the good stuff, or Walmart for the cheap stuff, right? Whatever I do, if we add water to keep our food from burning. So what Mom always did is she put some water there in the pan, right? Now my mom had put this pan over on the stove and she was always in a hurry, so she cranked that burner up to what temperature, everybody? Mom's always in a hurry, right? But I want to show you something. When we use water to cook food, and mind you now, I haven't cooked anything yet, right? We're talking 15, 20 seconds. Guys, look what happens inside about 20 seconds when we put food and water in the same pan. Can you see that? Imagine if I boil that 12 to 20 minutes. Think of it this way. Did you ever notice how raw carrots are sweet, but when we cook them, they get kind of bland? Where does the flavor go, everybody? With some nutrition in the water. So I take the water out of here today, do what's called waterless cooking. Now, what waterless is all about is this, and you already know because you got it set. It'll use the natural moisture that's in your vegetable and cook it in just its inherent moisture. Sound good? Saving flavor and nutrition. Now, all you do at home is this. Throw your food in the pan, put your cover on there, and put it on the stove. Can we all do that so far? Say yes. Not rocket science, right? Now I need a touch of help if you don't mind, dear. What is your name, if I may? Pam. Everybody please give Pam a nice round of applause. Pam's going to be the assistant chef in the show today. Now, Pam, I know you love to cook, right? Oh, then you're my girl. Pam, here's what you do. You get to sit and relax. Remember, the cookware does the work, right? So, Pam, here's what I want you to do. When this pan gets 180 degrees inside, you're going to see some vapor come out around the rim of the pan. Now, Pam, when you see vapor, your job is to stop me and say, Chef Lloyd, there's vapor. Can you do that? Now, everybody saw Pam agreed to do that, right? So if it's on the stove without any water and it burns today, who are we going to blame? Oh, no, sir, it'll be your fault, because it's always your fault, right? Don't get it wrong. Now, Pam, you'll see it. It's vapor. You can't go wrong, right? Now, I'm going to reset these for an open burner. We're going to boil some just to give us a taste test. We'll do those in a minute. But let's come to this side and start up some fried chicken. Now, how many folks here in the audience, by show of hands, who likes fried chicken? I love fried chicken, but today we fry it differently. I don't use any grease, any fat, any lard, any oil, or any butter. Now, I promise not to bore you with some healthy cooking show, but who would agree if we could find a way to stop eating grease, we'd live longer and be healthier? Who wants to live longer and be healthier? Come on. That's like 1-800-DUH, right? But who likes fried food once in a while? Everybody, right? Guys, we developed a cookware that's so evenly heated I don't need any grease or fat. Let me preheat my pan and take you on a quick trip down memory lane while this preheats for us. And I will tell you this, everybody. New burner. There we go. This isn't the first pan we ever made years ago. Of course, you can see on the bottom, Pam, you see how it says Kitchen Craft right there? That pan in my hand is 89 years old. 110 years have been in business. Now, that's cast aluminum. Has anybody read the studies about aluminum in our body being a bad combination? Right, Alzheimer's, Lou Gehrig's, cancer, they know that. They knew that in the 40s. So we stopped making aluminum back then and made this one. You guys might remember from Grandma's kitchen. That beautiful stainless steel 3-ply. Grandma had that thing forever. Can't kill it forever, right? Now you notice this one. You see how it has a dimple in the bottom? How many realize that wouldn't really work on a flat top stove? Right? Got to be flat. 59 years ago, there was no such thing as a flat top stove. That caught the heat from the flame, right? Through years, we knew those flat tops were coming around. They started putting slabs on the bottom. You get the idea? And at times, there was like 5 on the bottom, 7 on the bottom. I think there's one now that has 12 layers on the bottom. But here's what we found out. If the bottom is really thick and the sidewall's really thin, are these going to be the same temperature? No. It's got to be even, right? So what we designed 7 years ago, first one like it in the world, only one like it in the world, it's a 7-ply full body construction. You can see the picture down there. If you can't see it, guys, I'll show you in just a few minutes. But what it does, it makes it so evenly heated inside, I don't need grease or fat. Does that make sense? See, think of it this way, guys. If we're going to go home today and fry chicken, fish, or pork chops in a normal fry pan, what's the first thing Mom taught us to put in the pan? What do we normally add? Oil, grease, or fat, and lots of it. And the reason we love grease is it tastes really good, it has no fat or cholesterol, and it's really good for circulation, right? No. We put grease in our pan because Mom said put grease in your pan so your food doesn't what? Stick or burn in a hot spot. No hot spots, no grease needed. Is that making more sense now? Now again, I'm going to show you, not tell you. What's that, Pam? Little vapor sneaking out of the pan in there. Okay. Guys, if you look over on this side, can everybody see the vapor starting to sneak out of the pan a little bit? Yes? Give Pam a nice round of applause. Come on, she's doing a fine job being the assistant chef. That's easy, isn't it? Now here's the nice thing, guys. You notice? Anybody can do that, right? You notice I'm not in a big panic. See, some of the cookware we had years ago, we used to spin that lid and turn it down to low, and it vacuum locked the lid down real tight, right? The new design is so evenly heated, if I'm surfing the web, if I'm in the fridge, right, on the phone, and I glance over and see vapor, it just tells me that it's 180 degrees inside there, right? Pulling that natural moisture out. What you do from there is walk casually back to your stove. Don't launch over the coffee table, you'll hurt yourself. Walk back to the kitchen and turn your burner back down to what temperature? Turn this down to what, everybody? How about all the way off? Ooh, another big change. Again, instead of spinning your lid and turning on low heat, one of the layers inside this pan is now carbon steel or cast iron. Think of it this way, guys. When cast iron gets hot, it stays what? Hot, right? That's the efficiency of it all. Now do me a favor, sir. What's your name? Mike, help me out. Mike, touch that for me, please. Not hot, right? Don't touch that mic, it's real hot. I'm putting you in charge. I'm going to put this right here. Now listen, everybody. If we were at home, I would just turn off the stove. Does that make sense? Here, I want to take it completely off the burner because I want to show you something. If I use no more power to cook that food, it means I spend no more what, everybody? Money. How many like saving money? No. As much as me? Listen, I've been known to squeeze a nickel to the Indians riding the buffalo. You know what I'm talking about? One guy told me he thinks I'm tight as 2 coats of paint. It's not true. You know what? I don't mind spending money. Who is just like me? You hate to waste money. That's all. I work too hard to throw it away. And cooks, here's what I found. If I'm going to boil carrots, that's a 12 to 18 minute job, right? To make them tender? That just took me 3 to 4. What sounds less expensive? No, it's not that much money. University of Kansas did a study, found it's about 50 cents a meal. Now you figured 50 cents a meal, couple meals a day, that's about $1 a day right off your power bill, right? 30 bucks a month, $365 a year for the rest of our life. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Quality things will always save you more money than they ever cost you, right? Now, we're going to let these just open boil, nothing fancy. But I got to get my chicken and potatoes over here. I'll do my potatoes 2 ways. By show of hands, who in the audience likes fried potatoes? We like fried potatoes? Okay. Who here likes baked potatoes? Okay. Who here is not going to raise your hand no matter what I ask you today? Come on now, interactive show here. This is how it works, everybody. If it touches in the pan, it's going to brown. Does that sound easy? So we'll take 1.5 of our potatoes, starch and all. Put the meat side down. If it touches the browns, you get a fried potato. I'll put this with the meat side up. If it doesn't touch, it doesn't brown, more like a baked potato. Does that seem easy enough, everybody? Yes? Now remember, we could slice them, dice them, or shred them, but you get the idea, right? Now, my chicken breast, I did take the liberty of using boneless, skinless. Who would normally buy your chicken skinless or take the skin off? Do you guys normally do that? Very good. We take off the skin because we're trying to remove more what? Fat, right? One guy said flavor. All right, who grew up like me believing that skin's the best tasting part of your chicken? Come on. You know why it tastes good? Where does mom put the seasoning on the chicken? On the outside. Season the meat, guys. It's 98% fat-free. Now, I am going to rinse it off. Who knows that you should always rinse off raw chicken, fish, or pork? Mom taught me that too, so we're going to rinse it off, be safe. And we're going to cook this with no grease or fat. But Pam, I'm going to need your help one more time. See these new skillets? They're actually voice-activated. You got to talk to them, Pam. You got to tell her what you want it to do. So we're going to rinse this off. On the count of 3, everybody here is going to help out Pam. We're all going to say cook. Will you do that? Don't let her down on 3. Ready? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Cook. Now wait a minute. Some of y'all didn't play, and I think I know why. Does anybody in the audience by chance like Southern fried chicken? Oh, okay. Next time just say y'all cook. Y'all. Never mind. All right, listen, guys. If we're going to go home today, I didn't promise good jokes. If we're going to go home today, we're going to make this meal. We're going to make fried chicken, fried potato, baked potato, a vegetable medley with corn on the cob, broccoli, and carrots, and make a salad for dinner. How long is it going to take us to make that meal normally? Somebody give me a guess. Come on, fried chicken and potatoes. How long, everybody? 45 minutes, hour, hour and a half. One lady told me 2 days. I stopped my show. I said, 2 days? She said, Lloyd, it's going to take me a day to get in the mood. Come on. Another day to clean up all that grease you made, right? Guys, we're not going to go an hour. We're not going to go half an hour. How long did I say it would take us to make the entire meal? 15 minutes or less. I'm going to take my timer. I'm going to bring it all the way down to 12 minutes. In 12 minutes, when the bell goes off, I turn my chicken, give it a minute or two. Dinner and everything is done in 15 flat. Chicken, potatoes, corn, and all. Can you handle that? Say yes.
Yes.
Who would love dinner on the table every day in 15 flat? Even from, anyway, easy? Okay. Now, that's going to go. Let's make up our salad. Now, I'm going to start off in my show making what I like to call a stir-fry salad. How many folks here in the audience like fresh stir-fry? Like stir-fry real healthy for you? I'll start with a stir-fry salad. This is a little different from the honeymoon salad you might be used to eating at home. Of course, everybody knows what a honeymoon salad is, right? Honeymoon salad? No? Let us alone. How about let us alone with very little dressing? There you go. Okay, never mind. Listen, we got carrots, we got squash, we got... Okay, we got zucchini. That's a beautiful base for the stir-fry, yes? Now you want to get fancy like a grocery store? Let's do it. How about we grab a splash of red cabbage in there so it's got some color, right? Or do like to do at Publix, everybody. Take 1 broccoli floret, break it in 37 pieces. Now, I'm not picking on a grocery store, guys, but has anybody in the audience ever bought stir-fry mix in a bag before? Come on, it's convenient, it's easy. At least we're eating more vegetables, right? That's the goal. But I want to show you something. Do you realize in 30 seconds worth of time, with 50 or 60 cents for the produce, I made $4.79 of the most beautiful stir-fry mix I've ever bought in a bag. with no chemical, with no preservative. See, good tools are not just going to save us time, they're going to save us what, everybody? Money. We're just saving money. By the way, that first cone, for those who joined us late, ruffled potato chip. Remember that one? Right. Now, next cone, julienne. Now, who was here before when I cut the hash browns? Remember the hash browns? Some saw it, some... You guys like hash browns? Yeah. It's called a julienne cut. Instead of your old knuckle buster, watch this. We'll use some zucchini because I'm in a salad. All you do is turn. Hash brown, cheddar cheese. See how some of this is? Now notice, hands on the outside won't cut you. Hands on the inside won't cut you. You put your hand all the way down the back, you turn really, really hard. That's how you make chef salad. Oh, they're getting worse. Okay, let's change it up. We'll do something else. We'll do a little coleslaw because we all love coleslaw. We will do some celery. And you know what? I will do the most powerful vegetable in the whole world. What's the most powerful vegetable, everybody? Oh, onions. They're high in fiber, vitamin A. Also one of the best natural birth controls in the world next to garlic. No, it's true. You have a hard time sleeping at night? If you eat an onion like an apple, you'll sleep better all night long. You sleep alone. You sleep a lot better. What do we not like about onions, everybody? They make us what? Cry, right? The tears are in the peel. My advice is not to peel the onion. Now, I know you don't want to eat the peel, right? Quarter it up, put it right in the palm of your hand. Flip it over and set it down. Now, does that look easy so far? Say yes. Come on, not rocket science, right? Now you just turn the handle. What the machine does is cut your onion from the inside out. Quicker than you can cry about it, all you've got left in your hand is that last outside layer where the tears are. Oh yeah, take the teary part, throw the tears away. Fresh onion, soup, salad, chili dog, whatever you want, that quick, simple, and easy. Now, they do allow me to offer some of these free at the end of my show, but let me ask you, if that cutter was free now, who'd take it home free? Man, just for onions, right? We'll show you free, but let's do something else. Celery. We love it cooked, we love it raw. What's the one thing nobody likes about celery? Uncle Joey comes over, gets those stringy things caught in his dentures, right? Come on, we all got an Uncle Joey, right? Here's what we do, guys. Throw it in the hopper. Now, I will tell you, if you want to slice it, use the slicer. If you want to shred it, say cream of celery soup, shredder, right? I'm going to julienne cut it. You know why? It's my show. In your kitchen, do what you want, right? All you do is turn. Now, we want that celery meat. We don't want the bitter strings. It's going to take all the meat and flavor right off that celery that you did want. Those bitter strings. Well, Pam, can you see that? Not everybody can, so let's just back this up. Can you guys see what Pam can see? How it's just de-stringing that celery. You see that? Now, go all the way through. Don't waste any. And if you make your own soup stock, put that in a baggie in your freezer for your next stock. That is pure flavor right there. Now, if you want free dental floss, just lay it in the sun. I'll throw it away. Quick and easy, guys. You got your celery done with no strings. Now, coleslaw, here it is. The #1 reason school, church, hospital, they love our machine. You know why? What's the hardest part of making fresh coleslaw, everybody? Oh, come on. Who in the audience has ever had the pleasure in use growing up of dragging out one of them silly things? Oh, yeah. Now, wait. This is the pro model. Yeah, this one actually came with its own box of Band-Aids. I joke in this show, but we're talking about the right tool. Everybody, the right tool makes your job what? Easier. Every man knows that. Ladies, I don't pick on the men in my audience, but men understand tools, yes? Come on, ladies. A man has no problem spending $200 on a weed whacker, cut a weed with twice a month. Come on, $400 on a chainsaw, I might use twice a year. $3,000 or $4,000 for that nice riding lawnmower because it makes the job easier. It's not something we love to do, but we have to do, right? There you go. Now, one lady asked me, when are they going to make a riding vacuum cleaner? I haven't come with that yet. Listen, a head of cabbage in your store is about 39 to 49 cents a pound this way, right? Talk about easy. Put it in your hopper. Watch this. It'll turn 30 or 40 cent a pound cabbage into $3.29 a pound coleslaw as fast as you can turn. You can do a 5-gallon bucket for church in 5 minutes flat. Talk about return on investment. Now, you know how cabbage has the outside rubbery layers? Those dry layers we always peel off? Leave them on. Like your onion, guys, you're going to go from the inside out. That dry rubbery part stays right in your hand. Line the coleslaw bowl if you want to throw it away. Let's get color, though, because we do eat with our eyes. And I will tell you this, everybody. If in your home you're trying to fight things like internal cancer, colon cancer, eat lots and lots of cabbage. It really doesn't matter how you eat it. Just eat it. What I'm trying to show you, everybody, with the right tool for the job, we just made a coleslaw so fresh, you ought to smack its face before you serve it. Two of you got that. Come on, it's so fresh, you ought to smack its face. There you go. Okay, are we having fun? Say yes. It's a great tool, guys. You ought to get one. It's real fun to use, but I got to tell you, I can have fun while I show it to you, right? Now, next cone, slicer. And I'll tell you, I don't spend any time on a slicer. Everybody here in the audience knows how to take a knife and a cutting board and make a slice, yes? We just found most ladies are real tired of 20 minutes in the kitchen doing one of these things while he's sitting there watching TV. Now, that wouldn't happen in your house, sir, I'm sure, but in some homes. Just some. Here's what you do, guys. Lock that machine down, throw it in the hopper, and turn. If you can turn the handle, you can make it work. Do your carrot chip, your celery chip, your radishes, your mushrooms, your cucumbers. You guys getting the idea? The point is faster and safer than a sharp knife and a cutting board. Any age, any dexterity, it's really just that simple to use, okay? Now my last cone I'm going to show you, most popular cone we have every year, I call it the baker's cone. How many folks here in the audience love to bake? Come on. A lot of great bakers in the area. You know what I found about bakers? Bakers love to shred stuff. Right? If you bake, you probably shred pumpkin for pumpkin pie, right? Zucchini for zucchini bread, carrot for carrot cake, chocolate for your topping on your pies, whatever, guys. Hardest thing I could find to shred at the store was pumpkin or butternut squash. You recognize that? What's the hardest part of pumpkin, everybody? We want the rind, or meat, we don't want the rind, right? Again, remember your suction base. Lock it down to your countertop with that suction. Put it in there with a rind to the back and turn. Now you can do pumpkin, you can do cantaloupe, you can even do fresh coconut. Unbelievable. Toast it before you eat it? Oh, unbelievable. Now, what we want though is this. We want all that wonderful meat and flavor. What we do not want is that bitter rind, right? What this is going to do is take the meat and flavor right off that pumpkin that you did want. Well, it's falling apart on me. Last bit about it. See the idea, guys? That hard bitter rind just stays right behind in your hand. So the bitter part away, you get your fresh pumpkin. But wait a minute, everybody. What does it look like I just sprinkled on that salad? Cheese. It'll take your kids or grandkids months to figure out that's not cheese in a salad. Those who were laughing and had that salad earlier, butternut squash, it was good, wasn't it? It's sweet when it's raw, there's no fat or cholesterol. Just do me a favor. Never put this stuff in a bowl of chili, it ain't gonna melt. There's a time and a place. And how many people here love cheese? Come on, I love cheese. If your cholesterol's low enough, you're allowed to eat cheese once in a while, right? But just figure this out. If the recipe calls for cheese, cheese is a lot less expensive by the block than by the bag, right? It tastes better, it stays fresher longer in your fridge. Your cheddar, your Colby, your Parmesan, your mozzarella. My friends, on top of everything else this machine will do, it is the best cheese shredder you'll ever put in your home. Not bad, huh? Let me ask you, everybody, how long do you think it would take us to hand cut that salad at home? Any idea? Most of us wouldn't do it because we wouldn't do it. It's too much work. But Dr. Mayo, listen careful, the Mayo Clinic, they did a study and found if we'd eat one small bowl of salad like that a day, not a big bowl, but a small bowl, you can reduce your risk of internal cancers up to 84%. But that's a big number, isn't it? But what's the hardest part of making that kind of salad, everybody? Cutting the darn salad, right? You get your family a nice tool like this, make a big salad on Sunday, it'll last you through about Wednesday. Do another one Wednesday, last you back through Sunday. Ladies, you take a salad twice a week to work, that thing is paid for by itself in less than a month. Easy enough? So our salad is done, that was pretty quick and easy. Pam, let's check our timer, see where we're at. Oh, got about 5 minutes left so I can turn my chicken, right? So let's do this. I always take a minute while I'm here at the home show, guys. And you understand what we're talking about? Is probably the most expensive room in the house to furnish. What room would that be, everybody? Come on. It's the kitchen. One guy told me his wife's closet. I think it's the kitchen. If you're like me nowadays, we can spend a couple $1,000s on a flat top stove. And I love my flat top stove because it's easier to what, everybody? Clean, right? $3,400 I spent on this beautiful double door refrigerator. You know why? So I could get my ice and water out of the door. Come on, a little nightlight and everywhere. We're charged for that silly thing, right? Hey, how many of y'all agree our kitchens in America nowadays are getting to be the most popular room in the whole house? Everybody comes over, we always migrate into that room, right? Drinking coffee, eating pie. So we want those rooms nice, right? And if you're here this weekend remodeling your kitchen or building a new one, any contractor will tell you 1/3 of your budget goes right in that one room, doesn't it? It's nothing to spend a couple $1,000s on a flat top stove, right? $5,000 or $6,000 on granite counters or tile flooring. Custom cabinetry this weekend? Oh, okay, now you're talking 15 to 50 grand, right? But did you ever notice when it comes time for dinner, dinner always starts the same way in every kitchen? It's this little ritual that we all do. You know the dinner ritual, right? Come on, it kind of sounds like this. Come on. Beautiful custom kitchen. $100, $200 every week at the grocery store. And who's ever come out from under your counter with a set of kettles in your hand that somehow end up looking like that? Yard sale, garage sale, Aunt Tilly's old grandma's is down there somewhere. Don't laugh. Lady One Show said, Lloyd, I wish I'd have said look that good. Now, some of these aren't bad. Everybody recognizes the old copper bottom, right? Oh, honey, everybody has one of these. You know why? We call it the wedding gift cookware. Right? You get married, that's what you get. Lasts you 100 years if you don't poke a hole in it, right? And understand right now, look up here, guys. I'm not picking on your cookware. That's not my job. Somebody in the world makes a living making this cookware, right? And I'm not picking on nobody's living, but I'll say this. If I put my carrots in any of this cookware and I don't add water, what will happen to my carrots, everybody? That's whether I go to Williams-Sonoma or Walmart. Either way, they're going to burn and stick, right? Besides, Porcelain Chips and Cracks has for years. Of course, here's the new kid. Who's ever heard of Teflon before? Who's ever maybe eaten Teflon before? Yeah, it's not pepper in the eggs, guys. Liver, kidney, colon. Again, Walmart to Williams-Sonoma, $20 to $200, doesn't matter. How many of y'all have figured out that the coating on a coated cookware is eventually coming off? Right? They call it planned obsolescence. We buy it, we use it, we throw it away, and what do we have to do now? Buy it again, throw it away, buy it again. That's why you got to set, right? Make good sense to buy quality once and not junk. You know you got to replace over and over again. Now my last two, I can't skip them, guys. They've been around forever. How many recognize Grandma's good old cast iron? Oh yeah, it's been around since the Dead Sea was sick. I think Moses carried one. We're talking cast iron, right? The other one you might recognize is the Aware Ever or Club Aluminum. Recognize that? Been around about 65 years. Now I'm going to tell you what, guys. I'm going to do a very quick test with these two pans. You can do it at home if you have some. It works like this. Take a little water if you got some. Put it in your pan. Of course, you can always use tap water. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll just stop that. All right, and also you want to go to your store or go to your grocery store and you're going to find some of this. I got a piece here. Hold on. Scotch-Brite. Everybody recognize Scotch-Brite? Not steel wool, right? It's a soft nylon scrub. You buy it pretty much anywhere you shop. I'm going to put a piece in this pan real quick and show you this test. Now I'll start off with the aluminum. And guys, you may already know this. When it comes to aluminum, they found there's a particular disease linked right to aluminum. Does anybody know that disease by chance? Alzheimer's is one. Now, I'm not a doctor, guys, but you've read what I've read, right? You'll find it's not just Alzheimer's, but when you look it up, you'll find Alzheimer's, Lou Gehrig's disease, arthritis, 3 forms of internal cancer, guys, linked right to cast or aluminum. I will tell you this, I was doing this test up in Macon. Little lady stopped me. She said, Lloyd, that's not how I clean the aluminum. I said, Mama, how do you get that gray off the inside? She said, that's easy. I cook tomato sauce. I said, tomato sauce? She said, yeah. Tomato sauce is high in what, everybody? Acid. She said tomato sauce, applesauce, rhubarb. She told me her aluminum just shined up pretty as new. I said, honey, isn't that a waste of tomato sauce? She said, no. I fed it to every one of my husbands. I don't want to gross you out, my friends. I do want to educate you. I want you to understand that when we cook out of this old aluminum cookware, ladies and gentlemen, this is what's coming off in the food. Can you all see that? I've cleaned that skillet more than 500 times. I'll tell you what, Grandma used to always tell me. She said, never dry that aluminum pan with a good linen or good towel. You know why? It's going to get in that fabric. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, Clorox bleach is not strong enough to pull that from the fabric of your towel. Now, if Clorox bleach cannot get this out of the fabric of a towel, what could we ever do to get this out of the fabric of a body? You get me? Your house is your home. Do anything you want. In my house, I don't use aluminum. Does that make sense? Say yes? Yes. Good. Now, we're going to talk about cast iron, but before I do that, bell just went off, didn't it? We got to turn the chicken. Let's stay on track, everybody. Now, if you're going to turn your chicken at home, what kind of tools would you normally turn your chicken with, everybody? What do we normally use? A fork, a tongue, a spatula. I'm running a minute behind, so I'm going to do this a fast way. I'm just going to use bare hands. Now, I don't recommend you try this at home unless you watch me real close. You ready for this? Bare hands, we turn the chicken. Here we go. Did you miss it? I can do it again now. Turn to left and turn. Honey, you didn't think the jokes would get better by now, did you? It's a cooking show. I know that is a terrible joke. But if you were here when I started, guys, I put that chicken breast in there about that thick, right? How much grease did we use? None. Now, how many times would we flip over a piece of chicken that thick trying to cook it all the way through? And that's with grease in the pan, right? Remember, your kitchen craft is cooking from the bottom up, the sides in, the top down, every direction, all evenly. Now, if you want to brown both sides, what do you think you do halfway through, everybody? Whatever touches is going to brown. Easy enough? Now, why it's so efficient? Involves cast iron. See, let's start right here. How many will agree with me this cast iron pan is one of the finest cornbread skillets in the world? Come on. Cornbread, Johnny cake, fish in a fire. You cannot beat the even heat of a cast iron pan. Well, what's the first thing we have to do to our cast iron before we use it the first time, somebody? Do you know? Season or cure it with what? Come on. Oil, salt, fat, lard. Mom taught me to. She said you work in there, burn in there, cook in there, and boy, when that baby is seasoned just right. What do we never do to cast iron again? We're not supposed to what? You know, when you put that all together, it doesn't make sense, does it? Let's rub grease, fat, and oil in a pan. Let's cook it from it, eat from it. Never wash with soap again so it doesn't rust. Hey, we can get out of it more. My thought is this, everybody. Have you ever used Grandma's old cast iron pan and somebody said to you, boy, that tastes just like Grandma's cooking? Yeah, could be. Could be. Listen, I'll tell you what, if you're having a hard time in your home with stomach ulcers, colitis, diverticulitis, sour stomachs, a lot of that's linked to good old cast iron. I had one lady tell me, she said, but wait a minute, Lloyd, when I was growing up, Mom taught me that's the best source of iron a woman could get in her diet. Now, ladies, I know you need your iron way more than us men do, so if you don't mind, Pam, get you a big swallow. Get your iron for the day? No? All right, ladies. How many ladies, not a chance. How many ladies realize the iron you need is in green leafy vegetables? not a cast iron pan. It's not the same thing, and that's not very good for your body. I know it's a good cooking pan for its even heat, yes? It's probably just not the most sanitary pan pulled from a cupboard. Am I telling the truth? Now let me show you what we did to make a great pan like cast iron better. I've shown you all the rest. This is why we call ours the very best in the world. We start with a metal you might know. It's called T304 surgical stainless steel. It's not the 1808 or 1810. This is the one they put in your body. You get pins in your knee, pins in your hip, plates in your head. That's the metal they use. You with me? To make it a better heat conductor, we wrapped up a full layer of Grandma's cast iron. Are you still with me? Say yes. Yes. Now you got some even heat you can wash with soap, right? Speed that up. 3 more layers of alloy on that. Wrap the entire thing again in surgical stainless steel. It's 7 different layers, 5 different metals. But the point is this. It's built so evenly inside, I don't need grease or fat. Does that make sense? Sidewalls and everything, 7-ply. Now, I want you to feel the quality. The best way I know to do that is to put it in your hand. So if you don't mind, ladies, I'm going to start with you. I do me this favor, sweetie. When you're done looking, would you pass it right down the front row? Sir, if you'd be kind enough, right over your shoulder, please. Right on down the second row. Ma'am, over your shoulder one more time. All the way down the back. When it comes around to you, sweetie, if it fits in your shirt pocket, you can have it. You don't have a shirt pocket. Look, just pass it back up if you don't mind, okay? Now, dinner's all done, guys. Let's get this on the table, shall we? I'm going to come over here and start off. Let me get rid of this stuff. Pretty nasty. Just what we're used to, guys. We'll start with the boiled carrots. And I will tell you guys, what's the first thing we have to do to boiled vegetables? Before we can eat them, we have to do what, everybody? Making sure I got some cooks out there. And I'm trying to make a mess out of this, but I really want you to see it. A lot darker now, isn't it? You know what? Let's do it this way. How about you guys tell me this show? What's in that glass? Come on, what is that, everybody? Carrot juice. That's a good way to put it, right? Vitamins, minerals, enzymes, flavor, sugar. All the things we love about it. 78.4% goes right in that glass. Now, where would we normally dump all the good stuff, everybody? Come on. Goes right down the drain. Now, what's left goes on a plate, and please do not get me wrong. I'm not trying to pick on how you cook. Because Mom probably taught you the same way she taught me. Whether you're going to steam it, we're going to boil it, or we're going to microwave it, however we cook it, it comes right to this. The food goes on a plate, and we want it to taste better, so what do we have to add, somebody? Come on. Salt, what else? Butter, pepper, and I want to tell you, if you're not careful, your conversations might start sounding something like this. Honey, I don't know why we have a hard time losing weight. Well, I don't know what to do about your rising cholesterol. You know, our blood pressure gets higher every year. It must be genetic. You think that could have something to do with it? Okay, wait a minute. How many folks in the audience like butter and salt? Come on, be honest. Are you sure? All right, let me ask you the same question, just slightly different. How many folks today would rush home from the home show, mix up a nice little bowl of butter and salt, and eat it while you watch the Weather Channel? Now stay with me then. How many will agree it's not butter and salt we like then? What we like is flavor in our food. Would you agree? We just learned as kids butter and salt will give you more flavor. Now, as we get older, we get more health conscious. And who's ever heard of things like Mrs. Dash? Molly McButter, Butter Buds, fresh herbs and spices. There's a million ways to make that taste better that aren't so bad for you. My thought is this. No matter what I add to those carrots, where'd the nutritional value go? That's what you got to know. See, of all the alternatives I know, here's the best one I know. Get you a set of waters. Now, we took this off the stove, and we used, what would you say, 3 to 4 minutes of power? Give or take? How much water did we use? Rinsed them up, basically threw them in a pan, right? Now, you remember feeling the weight of the one that came around, the cast iron inside? When cast iron gets hot, it stays what? This has been off the stove a good 14 minutes, right? I want some of you here, carefully take your hand, touch the top and the... Well, you already got some. I shouldn't have done that, but you guys have the quality, right? Feel the top and the bottom. You feel that? Careful now. Yeah, everybody thinks it's warm until they grab it and go, holy cow, that's actually hot. It's the carbon steel core. Now, I know your lids aren't tender enough to tell. Well, you got 15 years you got to set to, right? Your fingers aren't tender enough to tell, but the lids are actually designed together about 2 degrees to be hotter than the rest of your pan. So it naturally circulates your heat. You don't have half crunchy, half mushy, half burnt, and half raw. You with me? It does it all for you naturally. Now, if you would, everybody, take a look at what our veggies are supposed to look like. Are you ready for this? It was Pam, right? This is Pam's first batch ever waterless cooking. I want Pam to feel really good about what she accomplished today. So when I open this up on the count of 3, I want everybody here to give Pam a great big wow. Will you do that? Come on, don't let her down. On the count of 3, everybody. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. Actually, wow's not far off, is it? Isn't that beautiful? Do you notice how your greens are green, your reds are red, your yellows are yellow? Come on, ladies. How many ladies in the audience ever made broccoli before? And by the time you were done, it looked like an old army sock. Come on, the water was all green, it was all mushy. No wonder we drown in cheese so kids will eat it, right? Look at that beautiful color and texture. Your squash did not turn to squish. All your cancer fighters and enzymes are there. By the way, you want a hot plate? Up, new change. All your lids, now double as a hot plate. Instant trivet, you never burn a counter again. Now, we do that because we know some ladies out there may have those slightly more demanding husbands. You know, fellas, we come home from a hard day, so when I get home, I expect my dinner on the table. Ladies, if he ever does that to you, it's okay. You look at him and you smile real pretty. You say, sweetheart, sit down, shut up, dinner is served. Just hand the man a fork. Now, sir, I'm kidding, but she's smiling pretty big back there. You be careful, okay? I'm just kidding. I want to do that because I want to show you this, guys. That's a little 1-quart pan, isn't it? Smallest pan I've got in any set, my friends. Look at the yield of food you can get out of your 1-quart unit. This is just your 1 quart when we don't need room for water. Look at that yield. That is a party of 4 all day with chicken and potatoes in it. Vegetarian party of 2. See, here's the idea, my friends. If you're here today and you're down to cooking for 2, 3, maybe 4 with kids at home, that classic set's all I recommend. Plenty for 1 to 3, maybe 4 if you got kids. You got a big family, we got big stuff too. But a classic set will get you by for just about every day. What I really want to show you, though, is the inside of that pan. Because if I had any other cookware in the world, Williams-Sonoma to Walmart, I threw my food in a pan on high without water, what should this look like on the bottom? I love this stuff, guys. Look inside. 3 to 4 minutes of power, no water. Nothing sticks, nothing scorches, nothing burns. So you got to remember, when you have the best in the world, you're not dealing anymore with a coating or a spray or a texture or a Teflon. It's T304 surgical stainless. Throw it in your dishwasher. It's all dishwasher safe, and it's guaranteed forever. Somebody say forever. It's not your life, it's your kids and their kids and their kids forever and ever. Amen. But you know what? That's not the best news. You guys want the best news? Here it is, guys. It's obviously fast and easy, yes? Has an amazing warranty, right? Wait till you taste the food. But to me, the best news is this. Everything you see up here, and I mean everything, for more than 100 years, I'm very proud to tell you, we're made exclusively and only right here in the good old US of A. Absolutely. Hey, how many agree with me? If we don't start buying American, we're not going to be America much longer. Wouldn't you agree? And do not get me wrong. Look around you. America is a melting pot, yes? Every nation makes us home. That's what makes us stronger, right? But who agrees with me? If this is the country that we choose to call home, let's keep the jobs here for our children, yes? Makes better sense if we call ourselves Americans. I'm just a father, and I'll get off my high horse, guys, but I don't want to send my son overseas to find a job. We've got to buy American made. Now, let's get our chicken out of here. Who's anxious to see this fried chicken? You ready for this? Put that in there with how much grease? None. Chicken, potato in a pan, right? Let's bring them out. Now, I will tell you, you know how I make the joke about the trivet? Not a joke. If you're like some folks, when you build your kitchen, you put your stove over here, but your island over there, right? Watch how easy. All your fry pans, ladies, have a secondary handle. See how simple? Take it off your burner, walk around wherever you got to go with it, workspace in your kitchen, find your workspace on your counter, take that lid off of there, and that instant trivet works right in your hand. Easy enough? Just makes it easier for the cook in the house. But let's pull these out. Now, you remember that potato we threw on top of everything? And the idea was that if it didn't touch, it didn't brown like a baked potato. Let me ask you a question. If I came in your home and I threw that big old chunk of potato in an oven for 15 minutes, would it be tender? No way. How long does it take to bake a potato in an oven, somebody? Hour? That's about an hour worth of time and what? Ovens aren't free, right? Watch this, everybody. In 15 flat, without a microwave, now cooks. You ever notice how we do a potato in a microwave and it gets all dry and shriveled up? Those microwaves are cooking at temperatures in excess of 600 degrees. My son calls it nuking the food. Now, if our vitamins and enzymes and cancer fighters start to break down at 200 degrees, what do you think happens when you shoot them with 6? Guys, they're not done, they're dead. Now, I know time is important, right? I'm with you. With only a fork and 15 minutes flat. You ready? Look how tender my potato is in 15 minutes easy. Can you see that? Moist and tender. Wait till you taste it. Now, maybe you want a fried potato. Who here likes home fries or hash browns? I'm in. I love fried food. Just got to watch my grease, right? Take a look. If it touches, it browns. Perfect, even browning every time. Now, should I smear some grease all over that so it tastes better? Yeah, flavor's not grease, it's in food, right? Wait till you taste it, guys. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Our fried chicken, now look at this. With no greases, no oils, no lards, no fats, and no butters, if I can hold of it. Fried golden brown, tender, crispy, just as juicy as the world. Now, if I want to brown both sides, everybody, what would I have done halfway through? Flip it over. Whatever touches brown, it's just that simple. I just want to show you this, ladies. Do you realize that we just did fried chicken, fried potato, baked potato, a beautiful vegetable medley, a huge dinner salad, and about 15 flat? How many ladies are pretty impressed with these tools? Save you some time at home, save you some money? Okay, how many men out there are starting to get nervous? Get it out of your system now, fellas. That skillet costs less than a cordless DeWalt drill or a tailor-made driver, and she's worth it. Right, fellas? Right, fellas? Come on now, don't get on the couch over cookware. All right, let's get this cut up. By the way, I should show you my pan, shouldn't I? You guys want to see the inside? I'm not shy. Take a look inside. You'll find my skillet's not burnt, but it is kind of dry, isn't it? Because we use no grease or water. Now, cleanup would take me a whole 30 seconds, but you know what? Let's do this the hard way. I'm going to put it back on the stove. I'm going to turn my burner back on. I'm going to burn this for a few minutes. You know why? Has anybody in the audience ever burned a pan at home so bad you almost had to throw it away? Come on, we're humans. It happens, right? Every good cooking... Don't point, sir. That's not nice. He didn't point. I'm going to show you. On your worst day, it's a 60-second cleanup. Sound good? I'll show you and I'll tell you. But let's cut this up. Let me let you sample. Is everybody enjoying the show? Say yes. Come on, I'm trying to make it a fun show. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the show. And I know my jokes aren't that funny. We just try to have a good time. But you know something I should point out to you? I'm glad you're enjoying the show. If you haven't noticed, everybody, I'm having a pretty good time too. Can you tell? I love my job, guys. I'm a good old Florida boy. They send me all over the country doing these cooking shows. I was raised right here in Florida. Nothing like being home. But I got to tell you this. I was doing the state fair down in Tampa years ago. Little lady came by the fair. She slapped down a credit card. She said, Lloyd, give me the biggest set you got. I know. I smiled too. I was new back then. I said, man, that sounds great. But you probably don't need the big set. She was a grandma about that tall. I said, honey, we've got basic sets, classic sets, senior sets. I said, I'll build you a set. She said, no, I want the big set. I said, ma'am, you probably don't need the big set. She said, Lloyd, get something straight. She said, at 84 years old, I don't need anything. She said, but you believe at 84 years old, I deserve the biggest set you've got. She said, besides, at 84, he's not around to stop me anymore. Now, that wasn't funny at the time. I thought he died. I said, ma'am, I'm so sorry to hear that he passed away. She started laughing. She said, Lloyd, he's not dead. He's home watching TV, so I can finally get my cookware. She said, I've wanted a set for 50 years. She said, now in 50 years, that rascal got every gun and knife and boat and rod and reel he ever wanted. She says, I never got my cookware. I'm going to get it today. I said, ma'am, good for you. I said, I just don't want you in trouble. It's a big order. She said, Lloyd, listen, in 50 years, that man taught me one thing if he taught me nothing else. Whenever it come to his toys and tools, it was always easier for him to get forgiveness than it was for him to get permission up front. She said, now it's my turn. Sweet little lady. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, sir, but you're chuckling pretty big here. I should ask you, do you get forgiveness or permission? Don't answer that. I'm not trying to cause trouble in the show, guys. It's all about the right tool for the job. And I'll tell you this, that's a funny little story. And if you want, I'll tell you that when I finish cutting this up. We ate the food and laughed at a few more tacky jokes. And we're on this side. We're doing the paperwork with her. And I asked her honestly, I said, sweetheart, are you really going to use all that cookware? She looked at me. She said, Lord, are you out of your mind? She said, at my age, I barely even cook. I said, I understand you probably deserve it all, but why don't we get you what you're going to use? She said, Lord, you're kind of missing the idea. She said, at 84 years old, it won't be long until my kids inherit everything I own. And she said, that's okay, that's how it works. She said, but I know my kids. My kids someday will take all my money, they'll spend it on junk. They'll take all my junk, they'll throw it away. She said, they'll take this cookware, think about me twice a day, cooking for my great-grandkids someday. And that made sense. Again, you're talking about a forever unconditional warranty. And the nice thing about this, guys, of all the improvements we do to our home, the granite counters and tile flooring and all the upgrades, when we move, none of that stuff goes with us, does it? The cookware is something you get to carry with you forever. It's a really good investment, and you'll have it for the rest of your life. But let's do this. Let's forget that for a minute, guys. Let's just do some taste testing here. I'm going to pass out some flatware. And I do call this flatware because it's a flat toothpick. And you got to help me. They got to last us 2 more shows. They're getting real low. So when you're done with your toothpick, lick it off real good. Put it back in here. I won't till the 5:30. I'm kidding. Just do me a favor, ma'am. If you get a wet one from my last show, use the dry end. You'll be okay. Turn them sideways. Shake them soft. They fall right out in your hand. Again, let's start down here. Go row by row. Moms and dads help the kids. We can all get a sample, shall we? I'll tell you what I want to do. We're going to do our taste test here, but I already smell that stuff burning. Let's take a peek, everybody. Whew. Okay, hold that thought. All right, would everybody agree with me? That is now a burnt pan. Yes? Come on. Oh, yeah. Scour, scrub, hammer, and chisel. I had one man tell me he'd bury that in the backyard, hope his wife didn't see it was gone. It's too much work, right? But listen, everybody, if we were to take cold water and dump it over and over in a hot skillet, what happens to most skillets on the market, everybody? They warp and buckle and bend, right? If you're like me, I spent $2,300 on a flat top stove. I learned the next day I had what I call rock and roll cookware. Right, just sat and that's why I got my set years ago. It's guaranteed never to warp, bend, pitch, chip, crack, anything you ever do, they'll replace it for free forever. Now I'm going to let that do its self-basting thing for a moment. Let's get the food going around. We'll clean up here in just a flash, okay? Now here's where we'll start. For those who joined us late, we're doing a taste test, right? We're comparing traditionally cooked carrots to the waterless method, yes? I'm going to challenge everybody here to try one boiled carrot. I know people go, I don't want to try this. Now these are fresh, aren't they? I cut them right in front of you. No bags, it's the freshest boiled carrot I can give you, yes? I want to give it a fair taste test, so try one if you don't mind. Pass them on down. You will find the first carrots taste very similar to, has anybody in the audience ever eaten hospital food? Now hold on, I'm not picking on Baptist or University or nobody, but you know what they do at a hospital? They steam, boil, or microwave, right? What can't a hospital put on top of those carrots, everybody? Butter and what? Flavor, right? Give it a try. Let's get these going around. Now, yeah, nothing impressive there. You tried the first batch? What did the first batch taste like, sir? Watch your language. A little bland, yeah? I know. And please don't get me wrong, everybody. We got some fine cooks here in the audience. I love to cook myself. Do we know what to add to those carrots to make them taste better, everybody? Anything. Butter, salt, brown sugar, honey. I could make those boiled carrots taste so good, kids would think they're candy. But where'd the nutritional value go from the boiled carrots? That's the key, right? Now, try these. Now, try anything you want. Try a broccoli, a red pepper, a zucchini. Try 3 or 4 things. You're allowed. All I ask you, though, is to try a carrot first, just to compare the difference. Will you do it? Try a carrot and then pass them on down. Thank you, ma'am. I do have a large ear of corn. How many folks here like fresh corn in the cob? Like a lot of folks do. Okay, let me cut this corn up. Now, sir, you know what happens when you cut fresh corn? You're in the line of fire. Hold that way. I'll try to guard it, but it's fresh corn, okay? Now, we do everything in this show to al dente. If you like them a little longer, obviously, you leave them in your pan a little bit longer, but I like to do al dente. And I did that with the boiled carrots, too. I didn't kill them. I just cooked them. There we go. All right. Oh, chicken and potatoes. Let me get that going, too. I do, too. All right. Now, 2 things you want to notice about this, guys. Look up here, everybody. 1, do you see the steam? It's hot. Right? We just cooked it. Use caution. My lawyer said to say that, so it's hot, right? Biggest thing I want to point out about this plate is you're trying the food today. Have we seasoned anything in the show? You know why I don't season the food? Well, thank you. The veggies you may not need, but see, the chicken I would season. But I do it my way, right? Like if I may. Who does the cooking at home, if I may? Okay, here's the idea. When you make chicken for the family, maybe you know they like garlic and herbs, so that's what you put, right? However, in your house, it might be lemon pepper. Maybe some Mrs. Dash or cayenne pepper, a little curry powder for some spice, right? Me, I think chicken, diced tomatoes, and fresh basil leaf, oh, that's a winner. But see, that's what I like, right? Season or marinate any way you want. I want to show you the flavor difference with nothing. Then imagine your personal seasoning, guys. Everybody's got favorite family recipes out there, and they all taste wonderful when you cut out the flavor of grease and fat from the food, all right? Now, corn on the cob, sir, if you don't mind. Now I have a ton of corn. Let somebody try the corn. Ma'am, you like corn on the cob? Would you please? Here we go. I will come over to this side. You like fresh corn, sir? Come on, try the corn for me. One of my favorites. There you go. Here in the back, I know you already got some cookware, but you can try the corn. Yeah. She may not share, sir. There you go. Try the corn to come. On this side, you like corn? Come on, try the corn for me. There you go. Over on this side, well, you guys got corn there? Do me a favor, so that's my last ear. If you take a nibble, pass it behind you so they can all try it too. I'm kidding. Don't let them pass the corn, okay? Now, food's going around, guys. Now, listen up, everybody. If you're eating, keep on eating. Don't let me stop you guys. I want you to taste the difference in the food. We'll talk about it together in just a minute. But if you're not eating or you're done eating, look up here. Now, you remember the pan we burned so bad, right? Now, let me clean this up real quick while that rest goes around. Now, 2 things you want to notice. 1, have you noticed the tools I've been using my whole show? Who is sick and tired of plastic melted spatulas? Come on, the Teflon falls off anyways. You cannot hurt T304. Use a real tool, okay? Here's my thought. If I hadn't burnt the pan so bad, and let's say for just a minute I had some flour or maybe some cornstarch, what could I mix up right in my skillet, everybody? What am I making? Gravy. Okay, how many people here in the audience love fresh gravy? Come on. I love gravy. What is the first thing every doctor or dietitian will tell you to stop eating? You know why? What do we make gravy from, everybody? The grease. So you go see a doctor. If you're like my doctor, the first thing he tells me every time I see him is, Lloyd, eat more chicken and fish. Less beef and pork, right? Leaner, healthier protein. But he says no chicken gravy because we use grease to make gravy, right? So my thought is this, how much grease is in my pan, everybody? You getting the idea? If I hadn't burned it now, take your food out, dump a little water in, take some flour, some cornstarch, guys have a portobello mushroom or 2. Oh, best chicken gravy in the world, totally fat-free. Diet gravy, could you imagine? Now, I'm not trying to teach you how to make a gravy, right? Celery, onions, peppers, make your gravy how you want to. But do you remember how bad we just burnt this pan? It's not all the way done, but it's close enough to show you, my friends, this is the beauty of self-basting, self-cleaning. That'll wipe out with a paper towel or a soapy sponge. Totally submersible, dishwasher safe, guaranteed forever, unconditionally. Now, thank you, sir. That's still pretty hot, so I'm going to cool down here the rest of my show. My food made it back up here just in time, so let's talk about it, guys. You tell me. Between the carrots today that we cook with water, the traditional way, and the ones we cook without water, what is special about these? What'd you notice, everybody? Come on. Flavor, texture, color, sugar. You know, it's funny. Nobody ever jumps up and goes, they're full of vitamin A. And that's okay. How many like good food? That qualify? Wow, how's that chicken and potatoes, everybody? Not bad. How's that corn on the cob? One of my favorites, guys. I call it living food for living people. To me, it always boils down to one very simple question. Does anybody here want any more of the boiled carrots? Ever again? Come on, don't we deserve better? If you're like me, we come to these home shows to find and buy nice things for our home, right? I'm going to tell you what, of all the great things in this building, there's a lot of great things in this building. One of the best things you'll ever do for your home, get you a set of Waterless cookware. It's something your entire family gets to benefit from, whether you're cooking the dinner or cleaning up the dishes or paying the power bills or all of it across the board, just fantastic. Now, I do realize, everybody, at this point in my show, some of you guys are just sitting there resting, some of you aren't too sure why you're here, but some of you guys are pretty impressed with this, and you want to get a brochure. If you're impressed by what you've seen here, you want a brochure on that side, raise your hand, those who'd like a brochure. Raise them up high so I know who you are. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys together, right? She said no. 7, kidding. 6, 7, 8, 9. Everybody here? Okay, I tell you what, I'm kidding. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it this way, guys. There's about 20 of you, there's one of me. Can we do this all together at one time? Say yes. I'll get your brochure at one time. We'll go through it real quick for you. Real quick, though, before I do the brochures, let me get the door prize done. Sound good? Now, the numbers on the chair, guys, are for the door prize. When you sat down,